So this is a recap for live stream 362. Had a bit of an interesting day, and the day started okay. Had a few issues here and there. I did think today could have been a difficult day because when I came into the market, the range on NQ was looking at about 117 points. On ES, we're looking at about 20 points. A bit of a normal range on gold at the time. We're looking at about 47.9, and oil was sitting around 112 cents. So came into the market, I had to reset the account due to the level of equity in the account. So the account was just not simply tradable. And so started with a new account. And let's have a look at some of the trades that I did take. Normally we start from the right and head to the left. So today will be no different. We start on the right here. Now despite gold having a daily breakout, decided to take the short setup here. Price came down. Didn't like the amount of contracts I was in. Thought I was in too heavy. So took some of the contracts off for a smaller loss there at 38. Took off 38 contracts, and eventually the main target was hit all the way down here at 599.1. It was only the one trade on gold, and it certainly worked in our favor. Had this set up long, decided not to take it. I wasn't happy about the price action leading up to this setup, so decided not to take it. Would have worked out pretty well. We'll have a look over at our friends at ES. Over on ES, we can see here we had a short setup pretty quickly, hit target. Had a long setup here. That also hit target. Prices came down. Thought we could see price find support around the 473s. Price came down. Started to look like it was going back down again. Took it off for an unnecessary loss. So was long 75, exited 74.25, so unnecessary loss. Got back in long. Eventually, oh wow, that's interesting. Eventually, price came here. Was looking for the 81s. Price kept dialing around here, so trailed out half the position and was stopped out there. And the other part of the position was trailed, stopped out as well. We can see prices did eventually go to the 81 as far as we can see here that we've got to the 82.75. So a bit more patience on my part, and we certainly would have hit our main target there and added to the profits that we did pick up today. Over on gold, not gold, on NQ, my friend. So started to trade a bit earlier today, went short, took profits pretty quickly, went long, took profits. Now this is where I had tremendous amount of difficulty. So I went long, thought inevitably that price would get to the 32s, added to the position, price came down, was eventually stopped out, went long again, and took profits right there. And I got back in as prices came back down to the 14s, and eventually price got to the 32. So the original FOMO trade over here would have hit the take profit, but as normal with FOMO trades, you don't have as much confidence in the setup. You don't place the right stop. Rightfully stopped out, and eventually the target was hit. So I took a big unnecessary loss through here, but eventually we did pick up some decent profits on the move up to the upside here. You can also see that we would have had another setup. Would have been looking for that 77s, but I've already finished trading for the day, so we'll not be taking that setup. Also today, decided to make the levels a bit tighter than I've been using over the past couple of weeks, just to have smaller windows, take profits a bit quicker. That's one of the changes I did make today. We'll have a look at the accounts. So again, this is a reset account. So reset the accounts to 600. Hold on a second. Let's see. Reset the account to 600, and we can see we first trade picked up 21, 9, 8, 66, 13. Things was going well at this point. Picked up 7.5, 30, and then we took that big loss through the FOMO trade on NQ, where we scaled out for losses of 35 and 46. Had a loss of 11 over on ES. Then eventually we built back with a 56.82, and that 82 was this trade through moved back through the 14s all the way back up to the 32s. I think it was that trade right there where we added back to the position. I think we might have just taken the whole position there. So let's go back. So we picked up 82, and these two trades, 11,250s and 9,375s, were the trades on ES that I didn't hold up until the target of 81. Instead, I was trailed out on both. Should have picked up about 43 for the held the whole position all the way up to the target. Now, what I'll do is I'll have a look at the trade performance. On the trade performance, it's pretty standard. I think the accuracy should be pretty high considering the amount of trades I took, but we do have to take into account that there was a bit of a misalignment, and also the average win, the average loss are going to be out of sync as well due to the size of the losses. But let's have a look. So we picked up a total of 203,575, 13 trades, so very active today. We took 6 on NQ, 5 on ES, 2 on gold, so we're certainly more active on NQ. Picked up 108,325 on our friends at NQ, 30 on ES, and 75,960 on gold. That's a bit of a surprise there on gold. Gold certainly was trading more smoothly today. We can see we had an accuracy of 77%, and the average win being 37.36, the average loss being 31. So they are pretty close, but the average loss is actually bigger, and that was certainly a concern coming into today with the changes I was making to the strategy. On NQ, we can see there average wins 47, average loss is minus 40, so certainly positive on that end. Negative in terms of ES, we had 80% accuracy, average win being 10, average loss being 11, so that's not great. And we were shooting at 100% on our friends at gold. So we took 2 trades and we had 100% accuracy, 0 losers. You can see that 100% accuracy for an average gain of 37,980. So we look to do the same thing again tomorrow. We'll certainly see if we can use these smaller windows in order to pick up a favorable outcome in terms of P&L with this new account. Now, with that said, of course, I should point out one of the big failures of this strategy is going to be if we're going to a drawdown. So I could imagine the accuracy is going to be high, the average winner is going to be smaller than the average loser, and we do have to take that into account. So I know that going in, so hopefully I can hold through the drawdown periods and don't lose all discipline. Now, with that said, thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.